Welcome to the Marvelicious Toys podcast. Hosted by the astonishing Arnie, the mighty Marjorie, and Captain Justin.
Nah, just Justin.
We bring you news and reviews of Marvel toys, statues, and more, because not all Marvel collections can be bagged and boarded. Join us at MarveliciouSToys.com to find thousands of pictures of the items reviewed, find links to our Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube pages, and much more. They're not just toys, they're Marvelicious.
Hello and welcome to Marvelicious Toys, Volume 2, Issue 37, our Holiday Gift Guide. I'm Marjorie.
I'm Arnie.
And this is Justin.
Our 14th annual Sweet Christmas Holiday Gift Guide and Black Friday Sale episode. 14 years in a row, guys.
Jeez. Look at us. Does that make us old? I think that makes us old.
Yeah, I think it does. Well, I mean, consider we started this when I was like 14, you know.
Yeah. Come a long way.
We're too old to TikTok, but we're just fine for podcasts. How's that?
Sounds about right.
So we have a spectacular show, I think, this week. Thank you for tuning in on your Thanksgiving Day. Happy Thanksgiving to all of our Marvelicious listeners. And we are going to talk about Black Friday sales before we talk about what we suggest for the holiday gift guide. It's going to be a pretty short holiday sale guide, though, because unless you're interested in Star Wars onesies at JCPenney, I can't say there's a whole lot of sales.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've been seeing this year after year, and we're just kind of recognizing it now that these sales aren't really Black Friday sales anymore. It's just after Halloween, it's start buying stuff and the sales start now.
There's not that time where you could go and like watching Black Friday at gotadeal.com or whatever they call themselves and plan where you're going to go on either Thanksgiving or the day after because the sales just aren't there anymore. I mean, that was kind of fun. Like we rarely went out except for once in a while there'd be like an exclusive toy dropping. And that has been probably a good 10 years, I think, since that's happened.
Yeah, most of my shopping has been online on Black Fridays, and it will be again this year. There is one sale that they're calling a Black Friday sale, but really is more of it started a week ago, but it is from Arcade 1-Up, who I absolutely love their products. I love that they do these arcade games for the Marvel properties, and Best Buy has quite a few of the Arcade 1-Ups on sale for the Black Friday, and two of them are Marvel related. The X-Men 1-Up with the stool riser and the lit marquee is $499.99, normally $749.99, $250 off. And the Marvel vs. Capcom gaming table is $399.99, down from $699.99. So those are a couple of really big price drops right there. And I'm kind of kicking myself because I paid full price for both of those.
I'm kind of kicking myself because I feel like I've dropped at least $499 worth of quarters in that machine over the years. Could have just saved up and owned it. Yeah.
How are we to know that when we were little, you could have arcade games in your house?
Right. Well, some rich kids did, but
yeah, that's true.
Now it's accessible to everybody.
That's the thing is I grew up watching Silver Spoons and always dreaming of arcade games in my house, and Arcade 1-Up has allowed me to bring that a reality. Now I just need the train that I can ride.
The train.
Wings.
Marjorie, beware. Alfonso's going to show up at your house.
Yeah. Oh, boy. It wouldn't be surprising.
But that's the only sale that's really been announced. I did check blackfriday.gotadeal.com and searched for Marvel, Spider-Man, Iron Man, Captain America, and there's not really much to talk about. So if you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, we will post as big sales come online. I think most of them will be coming from online retailers like Entertainment Earth, and Amazon usually sucks a lot of my money on discount toys through the holidays, their entire month of Black Friday.
Yeah, and those like kind of come and go, right? It's like would be pointless for us to point them out right now because by the time you're hearing this, that would be done and gone.
So that'll lead into our holiday gift guide. And the three of us have all put some items on here. And again, kind of our rules is we steer away from Marvel Legends because if you're buying for somebody, you probably don't know what figures they have. And we steer away from pre-orders because you can always pre-order something and print it out and put it under the tree. But hey, why not just get something that they can have that day? So we try to look at those types of things.
Yeah. Even though we steer away from Legends, I always find a way to sneak a couple on there for good reason.
You do. You always skirt that rule. But I'm going to start off. This is an item that was on the gift guide last year. I'll just be perfectly honest. I bought both of these last year for myself to put together and celebrate the holidays, and I never got them put together. And so I've put them back on the list as it's my holiday goal to build them this year. It's Marvel Holiday Puzzles. These are both still available from Amazon. The Spider-Man one is $8.80 and the Avengers one is $8.99. These are 500-piece puzzles, so not too difficult. Even Arnie can do them and really have some classic Marvel holiday art in there.
Yeah, it's really great art, especially the Avengers one. That one just feels extra on point this year with all of the celebration of 60 years of Avengers going on.
Just think you could repaint Giant Man to have the blue stripes and the blue gloves when we get the HasLab next year.
Heck yeah.
And keeping with the holiday items, you know, there's the Hallmark keepsake ornaments every year. And I took a look at those this year and I kind of went, yeah, they're not that great. You know, there was a Loki and there was a Groot from Guardians 3. But then I was at Shop Disney and they have what they call living magic sketchbook ornaments. And I thought those had a lot more personality to them this year, whether it's Spider-Man with a scarf drinking some cocoa or Cap with snowballs and using his shield to deflect off some snowballs. I thought these were kind of cute little ornaments and they're $26.99 each.
Yeah, those are kind of cute.
Yeah, the Groot is all they're decorating Groot as a Christmas tree.
I hope he enjoys that.
He looks to be. He's lifting Rocket up to put the star on his head.
But I dig the style here too. It's kind of that toy box Disney style rather than, you know, trying to do miniature statues of realistic looking characters.
I just really love the Spider-Man one because I always love it when he just pulls the mask up to his nose so he can drink something or eat something or something like that. He's doing it all the time in the comics. So I thought that really worked for this ornament. And then, of course, there's always the ugly Christmas sweater holiday clothes. And there were some, I'll admit that I picked up that Miles Morales holiday sweater for myself to wear on Christmas. I always do this. It's a tradition I started probably 5 or 6 years ago with Marjorie, where we always get some cheesy geek-related Star Wars, Marvel holiday sweater or sweatshirt to wear on Christmas Day.
Yeah, we do. We get them on Christmas Eve so that we can wear them on Christmas Day.
Nice. Yeah, I always like an ugly sweater. And that Miles Morales one is on point.
And then the half of you are on the naughty list, Thanos, kind of, you know.
It's a little dark, but hey.
And then you could also get it on t-shirts, 'Tis the Season to Be Amazing, or another Christmas tree Groot there, baby Groot this time around. And we have links to all of these on our homepage with this episode, but these are mostly available at Hot Topic and run the price from $23 up to $59 for that Miles Morales holiday sweater.
All right.
And speaking of clothes, these were on our gift guide last year too, but I just don't feel enough people know about these. I went to New York Comic Con and didn't see a single person wearing a Marvel Legends t-shirt, and that's a damn shame.
Yeah, these are great designs on these shirts, and you're right. I go to a lot of conventions. We have toy shows around here. I'm in the comic book shop a couple times a month. I've never seen anybody wearing any of these. So best kept secret? I don't know. Maybe.
The fact that you can only get them at Kohl's, as far as I can tell, probably helps them to stay under the radar. But they have so many different designs. We're showing a couple here, but I picked up like 15 different designs on this. I just absolutely love this. The checklist design, the Ms. Marvel design, that Deadpool one. There's one with and without the waist swivel line. I mean, these are just really cool for Marvel Legends collectors, and I think would show cool fandom at San Diego this year. I'm really a fan of these and can't believe nobody's talking about them.
Yeah. Go get yourself a couple shirts, and then, as a bonus, you can get some Kohl's cash to give to your mom or grandma. They'll love you for it.
I'm still sitting on that $5 in Kohl's cash they gave me when I bought the shirts last year. And speaking of shirts, I have a new shirt obsession.
Yes, you do.
The Roosevelt shirts. Do you know these, Justin?
I do, only because I have a buddy that collects them, and he's always wearing them. And then last time we were at Comic-Con, there was an exclusive one that he wanted, and I was like, I never even heard of these, but I went over to pick one up for him, and it was a big to-do. It was like one of the biggest lines that I stood in that entire Comic-Con. But hey, they're popular, and I'm really digging the designs they do.
I'm actually wearing one right now. The Spider-Man holiday one that's on the slide, I am wearing during this recording.
I'm sorry, that was really fun. I'm wearing it right now.
I'm not only a Roosevelt spokesman, I'm a client.
I picked up a couple of these, the Venom one, the Miles Morales one. I felt like they were more subtle designs. And then I slowly started getting into some of their more outlandish designs, thinking, all right, some of these are shirts I can actually wear. Like the Venom one I wear out just around, and the Spider-Man one I'd wear for the holidays out. But some of them, like the big Iron Man Avengers logo one, it's a good con shirt. You look a little better in a button down than in a t-shirt. They breathe well. They're really soft. These new Flex shirts, I'm just absolutely in love with them and recommend them as a great gift to somebody this holiday season.
Yeah, very nice idea.
And if you're into the shirt thing, I found this shirt at Box Lunch, and it's an embroidered shirt. It's got cute little Spider-Man flowers on it, which are just adorable.
It's got a little bit of a Brady Bunch vibe, right?
It does, doesn't it? It's really cool. It's really retro.
It is cool. I like that it's got the Spider-Man up where the pocket would be, the spider logo there, and then the flowers below. It is funky in 70s. Now, a slightly different type of apparel here.
This one, when I saw this email come through that there was a collab with Christian Louboutin, I was like all excited. Then I found that the purses were sold out, and I cannot wear heels that high because I would fall. So I was not able to get anything.
But this would be a great gift for the woman in your life who likes fancy shoes and Marvel, because, yeah, Marvel teamed up with them. Now, it's a little bit shocking because I got that email from Marvel also that they had teamed up with, how do you pronounce it, Marjorie?
Christian Louboutin.
And I'm like, oh, Marjorie, would you like a purse? Would you like some shoes? The shoes we show there cost $1,995.
But they have the trademark signature red sole.
Mm.
And that purse is $2,390.
But it looks really cool.
They're real Infinity Stones.
Yes.
What's more shocking to me, because these are big ticket items, but if Marjorie really fell in love with one as her big Christmas gift, maybe I'd have stretched to do it. But all the purses are sold out. They sold out fast. They sold out within a day of this announcement coming out.
What?
I keep hoping that maybe it was a mistake and they just haven't put them out yet and they haven't dropped.
No, because they had some boots that were in stock the other day that are now sold out too.
Is it the blue knee-high ones?
It's blue ankle high.
Yeah, those were cute.
But they have some knee-high boots on here. And if this is your woman in your life's fashion style, I have to say, there's a pair of black pumps called the Bifrost. Now, I can't imagine wearing $2,000 shoes.
I love those. Actually, if I was going to get a pair of shoes, it would be the Bifrost. They were very cute.
Would you wear $2,000 shoes?
I guess. I mean, I work from home. I guess I could wear them to work in my home office.
Anyway, this makes a great gift for somebody else.
Here's something I thought was cool, especially if you have a pin collector, and it's like, you never know who might be a pin collector, because to me, it's something that, I see him and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, but it never really occurred to me to get into it. But I look around now and they're everywhere. Fig pin is a thing, and they have all these different sizes of collectible pins and stuff. So I thought this one would be cool because it's an exclusive. It was a D23 exclusive, and it's just the little comic book. What's that thing called? It's not the mast.
Corner art.
Yeah, the corner art of the old school Avengers to commemorate the 60 years. So, like, if you have somebody who likes comics and they like pins, I thought this was the perfect little combination of that. And they're limited to only 1,000 pieces, and at the time I put them on here, they were still in stock. So, you might want to check it out and see if they're still around. But I think they were $29 each. Not too bad.
Yeah, for pins, I know Disney can charge quite a bit for pins at times. And yeah, $20 is a great price for this one. And I like you said, kind of tying into the 60th anniversary of Avengers. You've got the really old Iron Man Mark I, a classic Ant-Man on there, old school looking Hulk.
Yep. And harkening back to when comic books were only 12 cents.
And another perennial Christmas gift is mugs, cups, things like that. And one that Starbucks has been collabing with Disney on lately are the You Are Here mugs. So they've done several for Star Wars that sold out really fast. Marjorie, you got me one last year that was an Avengers Campus one.
Correct. Now, I'm going to have to correct you on this because the one I got you, the Spider-Man one, which was from Disney Europe, is a You Are Here series. This is a Been There series from Starbucks.
Okay, you are the Starbucks mug collector, so I will trust you.
Yes.
Have been there, done that. But they are doing them for fictional places, and there is a Wakanda mug available at shopdisney.com for $22.99. And I thought it had some really cool looking art on it there.
Yeah, basically spilling all the secrets for Wakanda on a mug here. They spent eons trying to stay secretive from everybody, and here's everything you need to know about Wakanda and more.
It's kind of funny, though, because it ties into that joke in Endgame when Cap and War Machine are coming to Wakanda, and she says, when we talked about opening the borders, I thought we were getting a Starbucks.
Well, now they do.
This is something I found. So, like, my favorite cup right now is a Stanley because I am a middle-aged white woman. And I was on Etsy just messing around one day, and I found a Stanley, which this guy engraves them, and they're really cool. So they're all custom engraved. He has all kinds of designs, but I really love this one. You can get it on any color of the Stanleys, and they come in different sizes. So you can get, like, the 20-ounce one or the 30 or 40-ounce. But I think it's really great art on a cup, and it's a really unique cup. Now, they're kind of pricey, but I mean, it's machine washable, and they keep your drinks cold, and they're really cool.
Yeah, this laser etched one here from Etsy is $127.50.
But they're similar to Yetis in construction and in the fact that whatever you put in there is going to stay the same temperature.
All right.
Plus, it fits in your car.
I feel like it's a marriage made in heaven, right? If your company's named Stanley and you can do a Stanley inspired one,
yeah,
you have to
exactly.
do it.
Yeah, this one, its art reminds me kind of like a sleeve tattoo you might get for Marvel, with the way the characters all overlap and everything. This isn't an official product. This is on Etsy, but it's really cool design.
Yeah, he's also got some Guardians ones, which are cute too.
Nice.
And then I found a Yeti, which someone else is doing etching on, which you can get custom Yetis, but usually you have to order a few. But I found a really cool Spider-Man one.
I really like that spider logo on it and the way that the silver comes through on the Yeti. Yeah, that's nice. And if it's machine washable, so much the better. I'm kind of tired of hand washing all my cups.
I am so tired of hand washing cups.
Of course, also on the gift guide, I'm putting corksicles, which are hand wash only, but damn, they're cool and they're worth hand washing.
I like these. Okay, so you bought me the Captain America ones, and I think you've got the rest of them. I don't know how that worked, but they've got like a really cool, like rubbery feel. Like they're smooth and satiny, and they're really nice to hold. They do keep your drinks cold or hot, whatever the case may be, but they're nice because the condensation doesn't get on the outside, and so you're not going to drop it or anything, and you're not going to leave a mess on your table.
Yeah. I love that rubbery, soft touch stuff that they're starting to put on everything nowadays.
It's really nice because I kind of like the matte look on it too, because when you use that.
Yeah. And these are all really cool, but I especially like that Iron Man one because out of context, without a Spider-Man and a Captain America one right next to it, it just looks like a cool, funky design. And somebody might look and be like, that kind of reminds me of Iron Man. It's like, well, that's because it is.
I agree. That's my favorite of their designs, although they've got some really cool Spider-Verse ones now. There's a Spider-Gwen white with the pink striped ones, and
Mm.
they've got a lot of different characters available and some nice gift sets too.
Now, everybody loves to be clean. Well, not everybody, most people, but
Yeah, we've been to cons, not everybody.
these Squatch soaps are really cool. Arnie, you had some of these earlier. Which ones did you get?
I got the Spider-Man one, which was limited and sold out really quickly. I was lucky to get some, and I actually really liked it as a soap. And so I have picked these up to see if I like them as well.
They're fun, and these make great like stocking stuffers or gifts for somebody. And I remember the Spider-Man one smells really good.
And I think this thought pops in my head every time I see Squatch soap is I just wish it was fudge. It looks so damn delicious. You tell me you wouldn't take a bite out of the Start Cleanse?
It does kind of look like it'd be fruity fudge.
Yeah, like a peanut butter strawberry or something.
Mm-hmm.
I just like the pop art style on the boxes too, as well as having soap to be clean with. And similarly, Everyman Jack. Now, if you go to Walmart, you can find gift sets of these. You don't have to order them online, but these are liquid soaps, body washes, hand soaps, and such. We've been using those for a while now, and they have various character scents. And again, I don't know about you guys. When I was young, my father always liked getting soap for Christmas. Soap on a rope was his thing. He went to the Y a lot. And so every Christmas, we'd buy him enough soap on a rope to last him the whole year. And so I just equate soaps with holiday gifts and think that this Everyman Jack gift sets are a good way to go. You can get a gift set for $30 to $42.
Yeah, gifts don't always have to be something that people put on a list. Gifts can often be practical things. And it's like, then you go that extra mile and make it a practical thing with something that you like on it. I think it's a marriage made in heaven right there.
Honestly, for the longest time, you guys have been cut out of having like fun stuff in the bath. I mean, we have Lush and Bath and Body Works and stuff. It's about time that you guys got some of this stuff.
Yeah.
Now, I had explained this concept to Arnie. I don't know if you've heard of it, Justin. Hair eyewear. And what it is so you have like a set of glasses you buy from them, which are not expensive. And then you have these frames that you can, it's like a clipping and it goes on the front. So you can change out the style of your glasses. And they've got a Marvel collection and they're pretty inexpensive. So if you know somebody who maybe wears glasses, you might want to get them a gift card or something to pair eyewear. Or if you've already got them, because I imagine that'd be something you tell people that you can keep switching your glasses out. These are like $30. So you can almost have a new pair of glasses for each one of these you buy. I thought they were kind of cool.
Yeah, I haven't purchased any, but I have seen ads for them where, the girls they're like flipping different ones on real quickly. And I thought it's a really cool concept. It's like, how did it take so long to like figure out the most visible part of somebody's glasses is the front part? So if we can just find a way to switch that out and not have to change prescriptions every time, we got a business.
Yeah, they have some cool ones.
I hate to admit it, but I've reached the age where I need to wear glasses now when I go to movies. And I've really been tempted to get these so that each time there's a new Marvel movie, I could get the corresponding pair eyewear fronts to wear to that movie. Because again, it's only $30. And if I'm paying for an IMAX ticket, I'm paying almost $30 for the movie ticket. I might as well pay that for some glasses I can wear to that movie to see the movie a little better.
Heck yeah. Now, Marjorie, do you know if they do different style frames or is it basically all the same type of frame?
I think they've got a few different kinds of frames.
They've got about a dozen styles, a dozen shapes, and then you pick which of your frame shape you have when you get your frame covering.
Gotcha. So that answers the next question, which is if you have somebody who already has these type of glasses, you need to find out which frames they have before just buying, a certain design.
Or you could just go a little bit nicer. If you're like us, maybe you have some of those FSA funds you have to blow through before the end of the year, and you want to tie that into a Christmas gift. Warby Parker has Spider-Man 2 video game tie-in glasses. And they have both sunglasses and regular glasses available, and you can get prescriptions and as well as just, shades.
So what's cool about Warby Parker is you can go to the store and try them on, or online, you can pick 5 pairs and they'll send to you. And then you can figure out which ones you like best, send them back, and then do your order without ever going in a store. Plus, they're super affordable.
Nice.
I may have ordered a couple pairs of these during my Spider-Man 2 hype. I'm not going to confirm or deny, but again, I'm needing to wear glasses to movies, so I might have needed new glasses anyway.
I thought these were just kind of funky, cool gifts. There's somebody on Etsy who makes keycaps. So you can actually buy a whole custom keyboard, like the caps, or you can get just select ones for certain keys. I really like these two. I think the Spider-Man key is really awesome because it's called Code Spider-Man, which Arnie, what that is. Something we've just been through again. But I thought that was really cute. And then I love the A because, Avengers A, Arnie, you like to brand things, I know.
The A you could replace on your keyboard and just have that as your A key, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. I bet you could get pretty far in the alphabet with like superhero logos and swapping them out.
It would just be impossible to type a letter.
This is like the keyboard equivalent of getting a gold cap tooth, isn't it?
And then finally in the miscellaneous category, something that I know I would use as a gift, figure shields. And we may have somebody on this call who knows a thing or two about figure shields. Justin runs the company.
I know a guy who knows a guy. And now we've talked about this for a couple years now, and we have a few different things that work with the Marvel collectibles. So if you're watching on screen here, you can check those out. But if you know what you want and what we have in stock and all that stuff, you can get 15% off right now with code MTP15. That's good through the end of the year. But if you're buying for a collector and you don't know what they might need, we do have gift cards that you can buy directly off the website. So if you just want to give them, a few bucks on a gift card and say, here you go, and pick out what you need, that way you're not guessing, that works out too.
I definitely need some of these for those retro carded 6-inch figures.
Mm-hmm.
Those are always so fragile where I don't want the cards to bend or anything. And I do trust your products with my figures.
Well, all right. Oh, look at that. I snuck some Marvel Legends on there. No, the reason that we try not to put Legends on is for a couple reasons. One, you just never know what your collector has already, right? And there's a good chance if it's something that they want, they've already got it. But there's always something out there that is like, even if they have it and they get it again, awesome, because it's an army builder. And this pack is that. This is a pack where if they already have it and they get another one, they're going to be happy because each one of these packs comes with several different heads and they can swap them out and make an army of Hydra and AIM soldiers. And this time around, it's female version. So we've got the male versions. We've had them for a few years, but this is still in stock over on Hasbro Pulse. And, I think I might grab a couple more of them because every time I see them, I'm like, oh, yep, I don't have one with that head on that one.
Yeah, plus a lot of people have taken that head to replace Sharon Carter because it's a really good Sharon Carter head, the blonde ponytail one. And yeah, because you don't see any skin on the hands or anything, they're wearing gloves and boots. You can race swap them, and they've got a couple different heads there for that. And as a troop builder myself for Legends, I've picked up several of these, and really, yeah. If people don't have them, maybe they don't shop on Hasbro Pulse. This is a Pulse exclusive.
Yep.
Then they'll have new ones in their collection. And if they have them, yeah, you can always use a few more of these troop builders. Likewise, I slid one on here that I ordered the Tracksuit Mafia from Target.com a long time ago. And I am stuck in that hell of Target sending me an email that says your release date has changed. You must log in. You must click approve delay. I've done this at least a half dozen times. I don't think they're ever coming. Well, just last week, thank you, Hasbro. these have been released to fan channels. So you can get these at Entertainment Earth and Big Bad Toy Store. And just like Justin said about the Hydra set, if somebody does have the Tracksuit Mafia, there's so many different heads and weapons that this comes with that it's a really fun one to troop build. And if they are like me and weren't able to get them from Target.com, then you're getting them something that they don't have. Now, this is expected to ship early next year, so it is a bit of a pre-order. We try to steer away from those, but given how these have been sought after in the collecting community, I kind of feel they might be sold out by the time we get around to them shipping.
Yeah. Something weird happened with this figure because everybody pre-ordered them from Target.com. Nobody got them from there. And then they were in stores. But since they were popular, they were only in stores for a hot minute and then they were gone. I only think I saw them like once at a store. And yeah, it's good that they're moving these out to fan channel because a lot of collectors missed out on these, and a lot of us want to have a couple of them to do all the different versions of the Tracksuit Mafia guys.
Yeah, I remember, Justin, you saying with this figure you were waiting for clearance on it, and I don't think that's the game you can play with this figure now.
The one with the dark hair, it's interesting. He looks like Pedro Pascal.
I kind of thought he looked like Jon Snow from
Yeah.
Game of Thrones.
Right, and I was gonna say that might be him, but it's like, no, that guy was in Eternals. Because he was gonna be Black Knight. It maybe still is, I don't know.
I don't think they know. And speaking of action figures, I think Mezco are nice collectible action figures, and they're something that a lot of collectors may not be getting into. We talked about these on the last show. There's a big sale on Big Bad Toy Store for some of the older ones. Then they've got some of the newer ones. I actually, while going through this, just picked up the Mezco Con Wolverine you've got there with the adamantium skull showing through in places. Yeah, doing the gift guide can be expensive for a collector. But the Stealth Iron Man is on sale. And these are really cool 6-inch scale. They're smaller than Legends because Legends are really like 6.5-inch scale. So rarely can you just put them in among your Legends and have them not appear to be shorter. But they're true 12th scale figures with soft goods outfits, a lot of swappable parts, a lot of posability to them, and a lot of durability to them. I've done a lot of part swapping with them, and I, knock on wood, haven't had a breakage yet.
Yeah, and most people are familiar with how action figures come. Like, most of them you see at the store, they're either on a card with the bubble or in a box with, or over the last couple of years, just in a box with a picture. But these, we've said it before, these feel like little mini Hot Toys. They come in a package that you open up, and it's got a tray with a tray, and it's got things in bags. You got to unwrap certain parts, and there's 100 different hands. There's all kinds of weapons. When you buy one of these figures, you're getting everything you need with that figure.
Yeah, so you can get these at Entertainment Earth, Big Bad Toy Store. There's a lot of places to get them, and you could just find your collector's favorite character, and they probably have made one.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of MCU-based stuff, too, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, those are the ones I lean towards more often. And then while we're sneaking figures on here, this one I don't have, but I can tell you that I do have a Mondo 12-inch figure. I have a He-Man, and it's awesome quality. And it's weird because when you think of 12-inch figures, you think of like Hot Toys type of thing, where it's more like a doll, right? Where it's, it's got all the articulation, but it still feels like it's a doll, right? But these Mondo figures are really just blown up action figures. They're made out of solid plastic with all the articulation of a smaller figure. And this one, they're doing Magneto. And if your collector's a fan of X-Men, there's no cooler figure to have than a classic Magneto in this costume.
I have a couple of these as well. When they started, they did a Wolverine, and they did a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive one that had him lying in a bed holding that picture of Jean Grey and Cyclops.
Oh, yeah.
And then they came out with the non-exclusive version that was just the regular figure. And I got to say, I like what they're doing with the figures. They priced me out of being able to keep up with $200 per figure. And I dare say they almost come with 2 mini accessories. If it's possible, they come with 2 mini heads and 2 mini hands, because it's like daunting. It's too many choices as to how to display this figure because let's face it, we all talk about going back and swapping the heads and hands, but I think it's single digit percentages that regularly rotate their displays that way because if you have that many things, it's hard to go and do that. I think this Magneto comes with like 3 or 4 heads. And so I don't go into that line, but I admire that line from afar. I really like the cell shaded painting they've been doing on them.
Yeah. And to that note, Arnie, it's an easy line to be picky, choosy, and even just end it with just having one. It's not one of these things where you have to be all in on it. And if for some reason you do, well, there are only like 2 figures in at this point. So it's not that hard to be a completionist.
They're about 5 or 6 figures in. I think they just did a Gambit. They've done a different Wolverine that was an exclusive. And here's the key with it. You can get these at other stores, but if you buy them right when they're released from Mondo, you get exclusives with extra accessories.
Yeah. You get the even more choices that are hard to make bundle.
I found this again stumbling around eBay and Etsy, and this is a display case with a custom back for your Secret Wars figures. Now, Arnie, you've been dabbling in 3D printing and printing figure stands. This would probably be really good for some black figure stands and put your figures in there. And they had them for Marvel Legends, Secret Wars, and a bunch of different lines in there.
I would love to get my Secret Wars figures, the loose ones, and display them in this. I think the 2-tiered stand, this is perfect for those 3 3/4 inch scale figures. I'm not sure I'd have to take a look at their Marvel Legends one to see if it's a taller riser to work for 6-inch figures. But for the Secret Wars line, which is finite and small, a couple of these risers would be very, very cool.
Yeah.
Now, last week we talked about how I am obsessed with Spider-Man 2, or at least I was until I beat the game. I still have some lingering obsession. I have an obsession hangover. And I think that game came out in October because it is a great gift for the holidays. And the Spider-Man console with the console cover and everything is sold out, but they came out with a second bundle where you get the Spider-Man 2 game and a PS5. And this is on sale most places. It's on sale at Sony. It's on sale at Walmart, where you're getting it for $60 off. You're basically getting Spider-Man 2 for free. It's $499.99 for the console. It's normally $559.99 for this bundle. So you're getting the game free if you don't have a PS5. The downside is you're buying the PS5, not the PS5 Slim, but or you can just get the game. I talked last episode about how I got the collector's edition with that Venom statue, and that's a tremendous gift. $229 still in stock at Sony if you want to pick up the collector's edition of this to give someone. Put a nice big box under the tree with a digital code for Spider-Man and the empty steelbook, but a really cool looking steelbook.
Empty steelbooks are funny.
Or you can get the disc edition. The launch edition of the game is still available on Amazon, or you can get the non-launch edition from Sony for $70. I think they're going to get a lot of good play out of this. I had so much fun with this game that if there's a gamer in your life who has not yet bought Spider-Man 2, you're going to give them dozens of hours of fun with this game. And if they don't have a PS5, well, there are prequels to Spider-Man 2, otherwise known as the original games. There's Spider-Man for the PS4, which you can get for $39, or Miles Morales, which is available for PS4 for $31.99, or you get the Ultimate Edition for PS5. It comes with the first Spider-Man game remastered. It's just $42.57. So you're getting the Miles Morales game, the Spider-Man game. I played both of those for hours and hours, and you're only spending around $40.
Yep. That's the way I did it, because I didn't have a PlayStation 4, and when I got a PlayStation 5, I bought the Miles Morales one that had the original one bundled in with it.
And then if you have someone who already has that game, but they like vinyl, Mondo does have an exclusive Spider-Man 2 score on colored vinyl that I thought was just awesome. I always love the cover art Mondo does on their vinyl records. I think this is really cool with Venom versus Peter and Miles there. But then just the swirly color of the LPs themselves is nice. And this is just $40 at Mondo. Now, I think every year we put this on the list, but Marvel Legends, it's not just for figures anymore. They've been doing the prop replicas now for many years, and these are really cool. I have several on display in my office. I've gotten many of them autographed by the actors, and I think they make great gifts because they're affordable prop replicas that have a nice quality to them and a really good look to them.
Yeah, you said it all. They're affordable yet displayable collectibles, right? I mean, not everybody's going to drop $5,000 on a actual replica Thor hammer or something. So this is a great way to get a collection of very nice looking prop replicas.
Yeah, I wish they'd come out with the Captain Carter shield earlier because I really love that design of the Captain Carter shield. Last year on our gift guide, I put a Captain Carter shield that was available from Shop Disney at about $500. And I bought that shield because I really liked this design. And I thought, Hasbro will never make that shield.
Oh, they got you.
Now Hasbro's made that shield, and I just need Haley Atwell to sign it for me.
Nice.
And we talked about this last time. The Winter Soldier Stealth Shield, if you can find it at an Ollie's, is only $40. Or if you want to save gas and just spend a little bit more, it's $62.50 at Big Bad Toy Store right now. So you can get a nice prop replica and save half off this price, or more than half off if you can find it at Ollie's. And then there's the helmets too. They have reissued their original Iron Man helmet. If you missed out on that one had been going for quite a bit more money than retail on eBay, and they've put it back out. Or their new helmet this year, going away from the MCU. Most of their prop replicas seem to be MCU based, going into this X-Men 97 cartoon that's not quite out yet. They've got a Magneto helmet that's nice and shiny and only $99.
Yeah, but didn't Fassbender wear a helmet very similar to this?
He did it's similar. I don't think it's quite so purple and outlandish, but yes, it's similar.
Okay. Yeah. But I mean, either way, you take one look at it, it's like, oh, yep, that's Magneto. You know, it doesn't have to be an exact replica of something on screen or from the cartoon or anything. It just screams Magneto looking at it.
Yeah, mine copy of this just got in this past week, and you guys are lucky I didn't decide to wear it to podcast in because I was thinking about it.
That's why I've been having trouble reading your mind lately.
Likewise, Shop Disney still does have some prop replicas that aren't available yet as Marvel Legends. I don't see Hasbro ever making one of these. They have a replica of Tony Stark's Mark I arc reactor that Pepper Potts gave him in the first Iron Man movie that says proof that Tony Stark has a heart. I just absolutely love this as a life-size prop replica, and it is only $99.99.
Nice. Marjorie, get this for him already so we can stop putting it on the gift guide every year.
I thought you already had it. Do you not have this, Arnie?
I don't think it was on the gift guide last year. This is new.
Is it? We've had something like this.
Yeah.
Well, this one from Disney is new. There was a previous one that was made that I have, but this is a new one from Disney, and I think makes a good gift.
So this is another one that I found, and I can't say that I have this particular one in hand, but this is from that line that was showing up at Walmart like a year or two ago, where they had a mini Cap shield and they had an Iron Man helmet like in quarter scale, and I think there was even like an Infinity Gauntlet. So I don't know if you guys ever remember seeing those at the store, but I don't know if these are still shipping to stores or if you have to get them online. But I didn't realize that they had a cool Iron Spider-Man helmet or mask, I guess, in this scale. And I thought that'd be really cool, especially for guys like me who still have like the Spider-Man 3 maquettes from way back in the day that these scale nicely with.
Oh, yeah, the Master Replicas ones. I have those.
Yeah, the Venom and the Spidey and then the Venomized Spidey.
Very cool.
This would be a good 4th edition to that.
Yeah, this is the Hero Collector Eagle Moss series. I have several of these in my collection as well, including a small Captain Carter shield. And this is from Eagle Moss, a company that actually went out of business and then is being revived now by the new company going by the name Master Replicas. So,
Whoa.
Yeah, that's a blast from the past, right?
Holy cow.
yeah, so a new company that has purchased the name Master Replicas has also now purchased Eagle Moss's IP rights. And so you might not be able to get these again in the future. You might not want to hold off on picking these up as gifts if you're thinking about it, because it's hard to say what they're going to continue manufacturing and what they aren't.
Yeah.
Also, another perennial good gift for a toy collector is Lego. And I think I put this on every year. Last year was a little bit of a dud, though, I'm going to say. Last year, they did a Guardians of the Galaxy advent calendar, Lego did, and it was tying into the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. And it wasn't that great of a set. But here, they've gone back to just everything Marvel is being thrown in, and you've got Spider-Man in a ugly Christmas sweater. It looks like we've got Iron Man, Cap, and just a really cool array of characters and little kits. And Marjorie will tell you, I have so much fun every year, though, even with that Guardian set. Every day having a new Lego to build. I prefer it when it's minifigures because I think those are my favorite love of Lego. But if it's a little kit, reading the tiny instructions, breaking out the glasses, the Warby Parkers.
Oh, hold up. Spider-Man's on ice skates.
Oh, he is.
That's super cute.
And it looks like he's webbing an Iron Man reindeer.
It does look like that. Oh, he was playing hockey because there's a hockey stick there and a hockey puck.
Oh, yeah. They put just enough on there to entice you and get your imagination flowing. So it's like, all right, get this home and try not to open it up all at once.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that Spider-Man and ugly Christmas sweater and ice skates is worth the advent calendar.
Then you could also go a little bit bigger with your Lego gift. This was on our gift guide last year, this Lego Hulkbuster set. It is a tremendous set. I picked it up myself. Why is it on the gift guide again if it's a year old? Well, when I put it on the gift guide last year, this is a $550 Lego set, but it is now available in many retailers, including Amazon, for $300.
Yeah. Yep. And it's just that awesome. So if you didn't happen to buy it last year, now is the time.
And the set that I really hope doesn't go down to $300 next year and make me kick myself for buying it, going on sale tomorrow, Black Friday, Lego is putting up a new Ultimate Collector set here, Avengers Tower. This thing is absolutely insane. It is 36 inches tall when built. It comes with 31 minifigures.
Wow. That's insane. How many pieces is it?
It's 5,201 pieces.
Ouch.
It's got to be a record for the most translucent pieces in a Lego set ever. That's a lot of windows.
The designer was discussing how there's a brand new Lego brick in here, the curved translucent window.
Ooh, yep, see?
Oh, yeah. I wondered how they did that.
And they took advantage of it.
And if you are a Lego insider and you order this weekend from Lego while supplies last, you get a free Avengers set that kind of goes with it. Actually, it's a very strange set, and I think somebody was drunk putting it together. It's a taxi cab, which, okay, the Avengers Tower's in New York, so I could see having a taxi cab with a cabbie who may or may not be Kevin Feige because he's wearing an Avengers baseball cap. Being attacked by two of the Outrider aliens from Infinity War, but being defended by Black Panther. It's a really strange concoction of figures here.
Here's all the things that were left over when they couldn't figure out how to fit them into the advent calendar.
But I'll be ordering this for myself as a gift this Christmas, and it is a tremendous gift for Lego collectors. But you got to make sure you got a 3-foot tall shelf to put it on. That's the caveat.
Yeah, it's a big space hog.
But it's narrow and thin, so it'll fit on most shelves. It's just really tall.
Yeah, just keep it on the coffee table. Well, something else that's maybe not as difficult or time-consuming to build, but still kind of cool, is this Lego Captain America shield, which is makes, they do these helmets and other things that they kind of hit two itches, right? Like you want to have a cool prop display and you want to build something. You kill two birds with the same stone here.
I don't really go for their prop replicas very much, but I did pick up this shield. I really like it. I love its display base, and I just like the way it looks segmented. It's not trying to look cohesive. It looks like a Lego set, and I think that actually adds some cool factor.
I think the design of the shield lends itself to something like this very well, and it looks great.
The star looks like a Christmas star to me, though.
Yeah.
It does.
What kind of drew my eye to it is that, like you said, it does look Lego-y, but at the same time, it kind of feels like that prototype shield that we got a glimpse of in Iron Man when it was like just kind of being built and Tony was using it for like a propping up a desk or something.
Yeah, and Iron Man 2.
Yeah, kind of had that kind of vibe to it. But yeah, I just thought this would be something cool, and you can use it to protect your Avengers Tower from people accidentally knocking over that.
And I don't know if you'd want them knocking over your shield, though. This is $199, a lot cheaper than the tower, but Lego sets are not cheap.
No.
And speaking of Lego, if like me, you just want to kind of live vicariously, they did come out, DK Books, with a Lego Marvel visual dictionary that details a lot of the sets, a lot of the minifigures. And if you're careful and order the right one, either go to a bookstore and make sure you have it or order this from like walmart.com. It comes with an exclusive Iron Man minifigure itself. So you can buy somebody a book of Legos with a Lego.
Mm-hmm. But like you said, you've got to make sure that figure's in there if you're buying it at the store. I remember years ago, they did a Star Wars version of this, and every time I saw it, the damn Luke figure was missing.
Well, you also have to be careful because Amazon is selling a library edition of this book in hardcover, and it does not come with the minifigure.
No.
So I would recommend buying this. I bought it at walmart.com and got my minifigure. That's where I would suggest buying it as compared to Amazon, because I had to return my Amazon one that did not have a minifigure.
You could have just donated it to the library.
And speaking of books, I've got a couple on here that I can recommend. One is, I can't believe they actually made this. They put out Scott Lang's book, Look Out for the Little Guy. And they've put it out like it's a prop replica. Obviously, the writer of this is not named Scott Lang, but you wouldn't know that by looking at the book. It looks just like the book from Ant-Man Quantumania. It is written in the first person of Scott Lang. You have to look pretty hard to find a real author's name, and it's like Scott Lang with assistance by somebody else. I've been skimming through it. I haven't had a chance to read it yet. I'm actually really bummed they didn't get Paul Rudd to read an audiobook version of this. Come on, Audible, get on it.
Heck yeah.
I know Paul Rudd's a Hollywood actor and probably wants more than you want to pay for this little kind of book, but I think it's kind of a fun in-universe book that gives some behind-the-scenes details, fictitious, of the Marvel Cinematic Universe as seen through Ant-Man.
It is pretty funny.
And then, speaking of behind-the-scenes stuff, they finally came out with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, an official timeline, a book for diehards like myself who is listening to every date reference and trying to figure out, wait, when the hell did Falcon and the Winter Soldier take place as compared to everything else? And how did Spider-Man Homecoming take place 8 years after the Battle of New York? Well, this does some retconning. It does some fixing. It's a really nice coffee table book, very graphical, that gives you a chronology of all the events of the first 4 phases of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah, that'd be handy, because it does get kind of confusing at times when it's like, wait, when is this? And you forget about the time hop too. So it's like we're actually in real time finally catching up to about where Endgame took place.
Yeah, and I mean, it starts in far prehistoric times. It starts with the Big Bang. It starts with the creation of the Celestials from the Eternals and the ingots that became the Infinity Stones, and goes through, World War II with the Captain America, the First Avenger, Peggy Carter stuff, and then the Howard Stark stuff, the stuff he did with Hank Pym. All of this is outlined in the timeline and helps give a lot of order to it. I was really excited for this book, and it's one I'm still skimming through, but I enjoy it. And it's told from an in-universe perspective. Miss Minutes from the Loki series is kind of hosting this. And then one other book that I just finished reading just a couple hours before this podcast is called MCU, The Reign of Marvel Studios. And this is a really good behind the scenes look, an unofficial look at the creation of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And it gives a lot of great behind the scenes stories, things even I didn't know. I've listened to all the commentaries. I've read a ton of interviews. I've listened to a ton of podcasts. I feel pretty well versed in the behind the scenes of the MCU. But this, they delved into the Sony email hacks to look at emails from Kevin Feige about the Spider-Man deal and some of the other goings on at Sony. They talk a lot about Avi Arad and Toy Biz and how Toy Biz bought Marvel, and that led to the creation of Marvel Studios itself, and Kevin Feige's background going back to the Bryan Singer X-Men movie. It kind of tells the good, the bad, and the ugly. I feel like after Endgame, the people aren't as willing to tell dirt on the more recent movies. So once we got through the Endgame stuff, there weren't quite as many juicy tidbits and only some vague hand-wavy stuff about how Kevin Feige is spread too thin. But this was a really good book to read and just learn some stuff about what went on with Jon Favreau. Why didn't he return for Iron Man 3? How did the Russos get involved? It's all in this book.
Nice. Yeah, that does sound like quite a bit of fun.
Yeah, it gets into some salacious stuff. I was surprised.
Yeah. And you were saying, like, people are being kind of tight-lipped about the more recent stuff, but you got to save stuff for 10 years down the line so we can talk about it then. You can't talk about it too much while it's happening. You got to save some of that.
Yeah, the book felt well researched, and a lot of it was taken from interviews and things. The notes at the end with all of the references to all of the things they've cited is enormous. But then they also did their own interviews for this and have some stuff you're not going to get anywhere else. So again, it taught me things I don't know. And there was only one time while reading the book that I wanted to scream at it, wait, you got this detail slightly wrong. Everything else either jives with what I know or informed me.
Nice.
And it's a book that I don't feel has gotten a lot of press. It's not an official Marvel book. And so it's one that I think if you're a Marvel Studios fan, you can buy for somebody and they'll learn a lot about the behind the scenes going on. It's the kind of material I eat up. I can't get enough of that kind of stuff. And I tore through that book in just a couple of weeks. And that was a couple of weeks while I was obsessed with playing Spider-Man 2. So I really squeezed it in there.
You're knee deep in the hoopla.
And finally, I feel like I put this on every year, but I can't say enough. For somebody who wants to get into statue collecting, or if you know someone who's a fan and want to give them a centerpiece item and not break the bank, Diamond's Gallery statues. Now, these have inched up in price a little bit. Everything is inched up in price a little bit. When these came out, they were $30, $40 statues. Now, you can get them $45 still. Beta Ray Bill, as pictured here, is only a $45 statue. They go up from there, but they've got so deep into the roster. They've been making these for so many years that now this year they've put out MODOK for $70 or Venom Pool, which is a really big statue for $110.
Nice. Yeah, Venom Pool had a little bit of a moment there, right? He had a Legends and now a statue, and I know there was a hot toy of him. So, Hey, get him while you can.
I just think that there's so many characters they make. Of course, they make the MCU characters and they make Spider-Man, Iron Man, comic style, but they've been doing it so long, you can now find Beta Ray Bill. And these are good looking statues, especially for the price. So, if you want to buy somebody a $800, $900 statue, of course you can go to Sideshow Collectibles and get them the premium format Phoenix or something like that. But we're trying to give gift ideas that might be a little bit more within scale and not cost the price of one of those purses or pairs of shoes we were looking at a little earlier.
Yeah, and Diamond always has great quality. I mean, pictures are always difficult to tell, but we always see these when we're at cons, and I always find myself just staring at the detail with the quality of paint, and they have different applications. Part of them look like they're matte painted, and there's glossy details to some of them. So it's a high quality looking piece, even at these lower prices.
That Venom Pool looks like he's got a really glossy symbiote base, matte red, and then slightly glossy black on his outfit. I just really like the look of that one. I picked up the MODOK because they just don't make enough MODOK stuff.
That's correct. They don't. And it looks like he's got a Christmas star in his head the way they did it.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll break him out and we can put a little Santa hat on him with the Christmas star, and he can be our Christmas MODOK statue.
Can be a tree topper.
Yeah.
So that is it for our gift guide this year. Thank you for joining us. If this is your 14th time with us, you're also old, but thank you for sticking with us for so long.
Definitely. I feel like it's almost time for my annual nap joke, right? Like we're all ready for a nap, and we're all ready for Justin to make the nap joke once again. It's Thanksgiving. You got to do it, right? Everybody gets an extra couple minutes of sleep on Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah, you're totally allowed. Totally.
So happy Black Friday shopping. Again, follow us Facebook and Twitter primarily, where we can actually post links as compared to Instagram where we can't. And we'll keep you up to date on the latest sales, the biggest sales that are happening on Marvel items. And hopefully you found a couple items on here that you can buy for somebody or convince somebody to buy for you. And we will be back soon with another Marvelicious Toys. Thanks for watching.
See ya.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Marvelicious Toys. Marvelicious Toys is a Venganza Media production, copyright 2023, all rights reserved.
And giving you an insight into I'm blanking on what they call the master timeline. It's not the holy timeline, but
Prime. Is it the Prime timeline? I haven't watched Loki season 2 yet.
I am only partway through it. So I apologize to our listeners who are screaming it at this podcast right now.